this isn't going to turn into a product review channel, but I did pick something up that I demoed in the Cal Kestis lightsaber build. This Vallejo earth texture acrylic that I'm applying to Boba Fett's armor for a commission that I'm working on. And if you pay close attention to the post-Sarlacc Boba Fett or Cobb Vanth armor, it's got all this like sand texture embedded into the paint. And after Boba Fett repaints the armor, it still has that texture to it. So I wanted to add something to, you know, make it a little bit more realistic for the customer that I'm providing this for. I was looking for off-the-shelf solutions that would allow me to add texture to basically anything. And I stumbled upon this Vallejo earth texture acrylic, and this stuff is amazing. So I'm gonna apply it, show you the whole process from start to finish, up to the point where the armor is in primer, so you can get a good look or feel, because it's texture, for how this product works. Stay tuned. One day soon, I swear, I'm going to clean this workbench, but I wanted to show you guys a couple other options for creating texture on your cosplay pieces, props, whatever. Standard has usually been using something like a Bondo body filler and mixing this with a hardener or whatever, but you can thin this with acetone to make it easier to apply to your piece. But the problem with this is that it's chemicals and chemicals. You need a respirator to work with this stuff. It smells absolutely disgusting. You don't want this anywhere near your children, your pets, your spouse, you know, whatever, your reptiles. And then there's a secondary option that's fairly inexpensive, but the drawbacks for me, now Mod Podge, which if you've worked with foam or if you've been in the cosplay community for any significant amount of time, you've heard of this stuff. Shit is awesome, but the problem with Mod Podge is it takes forever to dry. Now you can take this, mix it in with like some sand. I have some little craft sand for a diorama I was working on a while ago. You can take Mod Podge, mix it with sand, you know, mix it up so you get your consistency and dab this on your product. But the thing is that it's going to take a long time to dry. This isn't, you know, quick setting. If you're trying to hurry and get something done, Mod Podge to me wouldn't be the way to go. So like I said, I was looking for an off-the-shelf solution, and that's where the Vallejo earth texture comes in. Get you to focus on it, baby. There we go. So not only is this stuff acrylic, it's non-toxic, it dries fast, and or you can use a heat gun to speed up the process. I think you could do the same with Mod Podge too, but just in my experience, it just takes longer. So I've gone from applying to heat gun and ready to paint in about 5 minutes, or primer. I always throw primer over the top of anything that I texture just to kind of lock those granules in place. So like I said, this is a commission. These are cast and Smoothon 65D. I'm going to be adding texture to the marked out areas that you see here on these panels. And I'm going to be using this earth texture acrylic from Vallejo. I really liked what this did for the Cal Kestis saber. So you're gonna need this crappy chip brush and a little foam sponge brush just to help move this stuff around and get it into the tight little areas and details that we want. Like I showed off in the previous video, this stuff is fairly simple to use. Like I said, you could do the same thing with Mod Podge and probably some glue. But for the sake of this video, we're just gonna use this stuff. So like I said, I've already gone out and marked out the areas previously before starting this process. And I'm kind of taking the less is more approach. Just kind of stippling this on. Being that this is acrylic, it is non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about wearing a respirator or anything like that. Stuff cleans up with water, unlike your Bondo that you'd have to thin with acetone if you wanted to stipple it on and get the same kind of fidelity. And that's what I was looking for, was something that was similar to Bondo stippling, but without it being toxic. So it's kind of friendly for everybody. So I'm just applying it with the sponge brush, lightly but liberally, and then dabbing it around with the chip brush just to kind of move those grains around, because this stuff is really grainy. So I'm gonna get this finished up, and then I'll do probably gonna cue a time lapse, and I'll get some close-ups of this piece once it's finished, so you guys can see what the final result looks like. And then we'll toss some primer on it, just, you know, because we can, so you can see what the final result would look like if you were to replicate this for any of your props. Also, I promise you this vignette effect is just the lighting above. I didn't do that in post-processing, but this is what we're shooting for here. Still a little shiny, so I can get it to focus there. But you want it to be stuck to the touch. You don't want it coming off on your fingers, but that's the texture. So I'm gonna primer this and let that dry, and then I'll come back and show you the final result after all that is said and done.
8:01 p.m.
So I'm not gonna lie, when I was putting this on and looking at how it looked, I was kind of not sold 100% on the product. But after sealing it with primer, man. Just brings a whole new life to these pieces. And there's varying levels of texture and depth on these that just look freaking amazing. And of course, products used will be linked in the description below. But I think we can all agree that this stuff is amazing. And once this is in its final paint job, it's gonna look even crazier. So yeah, that's it. Vallejo Earth Texture Acrylic. Quick and easy. Stuff's made for dioramas. It's Diorama Effects. They make all these different ones. I can't get it to focus. Why are you being so dumb? Come on, baby. Somebody want to give me a new lens? Let's do that. Oh yeah. Diorama Effects. They make a bunch of different ones. Desert Sand was just what I picked up because I felt like it applied best to its application, but this can be applied to anything. dioramas, cosplay, props, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I did use this on the bottom half of the Cal Kestis hilt of his lightsaber as well. So if you're looking for an off-the-shelf, non-toxic, easy-to-use product to add texture and bring some life and depth to your cosplay, armor, props, whatever, I highly suggest this stuff. I will leave a link in the description below if you are interested in picking some up for yourself. And if you like these kind of videos, please make sure to like and comment in the comment section below and let me know, and I'll do more like it, because I'm here for you guys. All right, until next time, peace.